Would you like to see football wherever you are in the world?
With NordVPN, you can get premium protection online and set your location so you never miss a minute of the content you usually enjoy.
Go to nordvpn.com/TSUW to get 72% off a 2-year plan plus 3 additional months absolutely free. Hello and welcome to another match preview. We're going to be talking about Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United at 7:45 at the City Ground. It's going to be on the red button. So if you've got Sky Sports Football, all you need to do is click that red button and you're watching the game. Not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing at the moment, Hal. What do you think?
I suppose it's a good thing because we'll be doing a watch-along and also, what's this I see?
Oi, oi.
Thanks to Sheffield United Football Club for putting us in the Matchday programme. If you got your Matchday programme from the Blackpool match, it's on page 67.
67, isn't it, Hal? 67.
I was telling a million people that, which is why Nick is doing that. Yeah. So that really kind of them, and we are very much appreciative of it. So we're going to keep that forever.
Absolutely. And as well, we've still got mugs on sale. I think we've got 2 left, something like that. So if you're quick, you might just get one. So yeah, we'll leave a link in the description too for that. So let's just crack on to it, mate. Blackpool, Sheffield United 0, Blackpool 1. Devastated. What do you think?
Tough to think back to that game. I thought we played quite well for 60 minutes. We had 4 shots on target. Their keepers made it into the championship team of the week. Not really sure about that. There wasn't any moment I thought we were going to score, apart from when we scored, that was offside. Just a really, really hard game of football to walk away from. Gutted. I fear that we are now in a kind of mid-table position where previously we were beating the teams below us, and now we can't even beat the teams around us. I'm starting to get genuinely worried.
Yeah, it is a worry, isn't it? Like, I've seen a few people on Twitter say, "Oh, we're going to finish mid-table or sort of like bottom half," and then loads of people kicking off about it. But we can't put your chances away, and we did have some good chances. There was one where Morgan Gibbs-White smashed the ball and the goalkeeper made the save, but it wasn't in the corner enough. That was probably the only one that the keeper really made. David McGoldrick had one that was deflected wide. Other than that, and Dyer's goal, like you say, it's just a bit frustrating because we dominated that game from start to finish, and we were by far the better team.
Yeah, we were in the crowd, very down, very quiet, and I think that's a culmination of things. I mean, you could start going into that, but I think that's probably a video for another day. But one thing I will say is to just look at how far we've fallen from 9th in the Premier League to not being able to beat Blackpool at home, 17th in the Championship, in one of the worst and weakest championships I've ever seen. It's really disappointing. So I'm going to cheer you up. I told you I ordered an original yellow away shirt. It arrived, and here it is. And it is the size, I would say, of a flannel.
Size of a flannel? Oh, no. Can you fit in that?
I cannot. I am going to give it, I believe, to my 6-year-old nephew, but it might be too tight.
For your 6-year-old nephew? What's the size? A small?
Well, the thing is, it said it was an adult small. This is clearly a boy's medium. So, yeah, a bit disappointed with that. But, hey, it is an original. The guy wasn't lying there.
No, he wasn't lying there, was he? But, yeah.
I've had a shocker, mate. I've had a shocker.
Do you want to tell the people out there how much you paid?
I do not. Instead, I will tell you that the referee for this game is Lee Doherty. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's a referee from Lancashire, and he has never refereed us before. And the reason I wanted to get that in quick, Nick, is I completely forgot to mention the referee for the previous game.
So last time out, Hal, what happened?
3rd of November, so not too dissimilar to where we are now, but 2018, and a 1-0 win for Forest at the City Ground. Lewis grabbing the goal. It was on the 69th minute, and basically got enough of a touch on a second-half cross from 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝𝐕𝐏𝐍 to score. Jack Robinson played left-back for Nottingham Forest that day. 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝𝐕𝐏𝐍 was in central midfield, and Ben Osborne, the legend that is, was actually on the bench. Didn't start for Forest that day, which is probably a bit of a surprise. We had 6 players that played in that game that could still technically be considered Sheffield United players.
Very exciting. Something a little bit different in there. I like that. Ben Osborne definitely should have been in that starting lineup, though, especially over Jackie Longthrow. Come on, Forest.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, okay, so team news. We've still got an injured Sanderberger, which is a big worry. We spoke about that in our last preview. Freeman, Burke, and Norrington Davis were all supposed to be back. The only one that featured or was on the bench was Reece Norrington Davis. The other two may need another week or something like that, but we might even see him in this game. So I'd like to see at least Freeman on the bench for the next game because, we just need to we need a little bit more experience in there, I do think, sometimes, because we've got a lot of young players in attacking positions that we just need a cooler head. But anyway, Bogle looks like he's still injured too, and that's about it, really. I don't think 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍, well, you never know, actually. 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍 could be injured for this game too, because he did come off injured. And the fact that it's only like a couple of days until the next game is a bit more difficult for 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍. I think he's probably built more for the Premier League than for the Championship or anywhere lower. So I'll bring up now my preferred 11. So I've obviously got 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍 in there, but we'll get there. Robin Olsen in the goal, Baldock, Egan, Davis, Stevens, Norwood, Fleck, Gibbs White, Ndai, Osborne, 𝐸𝐸𝐶. The reason why I've run through that so quickly is because it's the exact same preferred 11 as I did in the last game, which was the exact 11 that played. So, you might think that Slav could change it up a little bit because we were weak in some areas. But at the same time, I kind of want to see a settled team so that they can get into a rhythm. But yeah, like I said, these games come thick and fast, so you never know. He might swap one or two players in there.
I mean, if you want to find out my thoughts, here's a little tease. Check out the fans react video on this channel, and I have basically explained what I would like to see going forward with Sheffield United, and I think some fans will agree with me.
Yeah, a good 15% might agree with you.
Thank you, mate. For me, that's pretty good. Right, let's have a look at your Nottingham Forest opposition 11. Alex Mighton, Philip Zinkelnagel, and Lyle Taylor, all pushings for starting places in this match on Tuesday. The remainder of the team could stay the same, with James Garner, that on-loan midfielder, missing out on a return in midfield. Then again, he might play. You just never know how they shuffle the pack under now their manager, Cooper. I'm going to think that Zampa, do you might remember Zampa, Nick? He was the goalkeeper we were linked with in the last transfer window. He'll play in goal. Worrell, McKenna, Spence. I do think Yates, Bong maybe coming in for Max Lowe. He can't play, of course, because he's on loan from us. And if we're going to do a watch along for this, Nick, which we are, I'm going to have to learn how to say this name. Figueiredo.
Figure what a weirdo.
Absolutely. We've got Mighton, who I mentioned, Zinkelnagel, and we know Lyle Taylor and what he can do up front with his currently pink hair.
Hal, I've got a question for you, though. You've obviously done your research, but where is Marlon Harewood and Ian Woan in that starting 11?
Big questions, good questions. Mark Crossley, also you'll notice, not involved, as well as Kingsley Black. Who can say at this time of the season? You pick up knocks.
You do, yeah, you do. Especially when you're about 70 years old.
There is that.
So score predictions, Hal. I'll go first. I'm still licking my wounds after the Blackpool game, so I've gone a 2-0 defeat at the City Ground.
That's exactly what I've gone as well, and I think it really is wound licking time. Before the Blackpool game, I think if we'd gone straight to this Forest match, I think we both would have predicted a win. But that Blackpool game has knocked it out of us, because we were both watching that game sat next to each other, and we were constantly saying, we're playing so well. This is the best first half of the season. We're playing so well. Once we get one, we'll get two. So positive. And I think we've just been completely deflated.
Yeah. And let's hope the team's not been completely deflated, because, like you say, they were fantastic at times. The link-up play was phenomenal. It just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. And hopefully it'll all come together in this game. We keep saying it'll all come together at some point. And actually, I think it all came together in the very first match. And, very first match after that international break against Peterborough. And it's probably not been as good since that.
Yeah, I would go along with that.
So, player connections or played for both, Hal. I'm going to go. My very first pick is going to be one of my favourite players of all time. I say this all the time for loads of different players. But this was one of my very first favourite players. It was Paul Devlin, but just before that was Gareth Keith Taylor. if you will. Gareth Taylor was round about the time when I very first started watching football. He played between 96 and 98 for us, 87 appearances, 24 goals. Obviously, he was a striker. Not a bad hit ratio, that really. Played for Forest later in his career. Actually played 3 more games for Forest, according to Wikipedia. Scoring 19 goals, nowhere near as good as what he did for us between 2003 and 2006. I think he'll be remembered more fonder for playing for the Blades, though.
Give me your favourite Gareth Taylor goal.
He scored an absolute steaming volley from quite far out. I can't remember who it was against.
Forest.
Was it against Forest?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was such a fantastic volley. I don't think I've seen many better volleys, maybe other than the Lee Evans one against Borough. Side foot. Oh.
That Taylor goal is hard to find because the cameraman kind of missed it because he just hit it so early.
So fast. Yeah.
It's still rising. Brilliant goal, and I would go along with you. Absolutely. Top scorer as well, 96, 97, along with Andy Walker. Good striker.
Good class as well.
Good choice. I'll give you another striker. Let's go with Super Jack William Lester, who is now still involved with the club with youth setup. He's born in Sheffield. He's a blade. He's 5'9", good height for a man. But he actually started his youth career with Grimsby Town. We got him eventually after he'd played for Grimsby, Doncaster, Nottingham Forest. Then he joined the Blades in 03-04, 12 goals in 44 appearances. Super Jack Lester then went back to Nottingham Forest, where he made the bulk of his appearances, and in total scored 148 league goals.
Wow. Wowzers. I liked him for the Blades. He loved throwing himself on the floor and then scoring the penalty. And yeah, great player.
I'm still trying to get him on the channel, so that's just Nick's opinion.
That's
you
a
threw
good
yourself
thing.
on the floor.
We needed somebody to throw themselves on the floor and score the penalty. Sometimes
each one was a legitimate foul.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to talk about Andy Reid now. He didn't play many games with the Blades, fair enough, but I just always liked him as a footballer. He eventually got his move from Forest to Spurs. He didn't do too much there, but 144 games for Forest, 21 goals from a midfielder. He's not bad at all. He was on the more rotund side, but he was such a fantastic footballer, great touch, put the ball on a sixpence. And he actually, in the 9 games that he played for us on loan, scored 2 goals. So that's not too bad, that for a loan player coming in just for 9 games. But yeah, finished his career at Forest as well, another 119 times between 2011 and 2016. I didn't actually know that.
Felt like he got every one of those 20-plus goals against us when he was playing for Forest.
Yeah, he definitely scored one. The one that I remember more fondly is the one, not fondly, that's not the wrong word.
But I know the game you're about to say.
Yeah, because it was a fond memory. He obviously scored, made it 2-0 if I'm right.
The playoff game at home you're on about, the 4-3. Yes. Yeah, I can't remember which one he scored, but he definitely scored.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Because we came back and smashed him, and you'll never beat Des Walker. We beat him, or he beat himself.
He beat himself, yeah. I was about to say. I'm going to give you Benjamin Jared Osborne, who is 5'9", good height for a man, and born in Derby. Started his youth career with Derby. I've got no idea which team he actually supports. Possibly it's the Rams. But then he moved to Nottingham Forest in 2003, and he was there until 2019. So he really spent a long time at the Tricky Trees. 212 league appearances, 15 goals, of course, now a Blade. The industrious Ben Osborne has got 4 league goals for United in 49 appearances and has represented England at under 18, under 19 and under 20 level.
Oh, very good. I didn't know that. Very, very well researched there, Hal. And actually, he scored a last-minute goal against Derby as well in the, the Brian Clough trophy or something daft like that.
Something like that.
It's literally the stupidest trophy ever. And they actually get a trophy afterwards as well.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I've seen it. It's awful. The Derek Dooley trophy, the Lee Bromley trophy,
your Derek Geary trophy,
your Derek Geary trophy.
I'm up for that.
Dear. Your Owen Morrison trophy.
Owen Morris scum.
Let's make it somebody the most random player.
Your Tommy Johnson trophy.
Yes, Tommy. I like that. Anyway, let's leave it there. Thank you very much, Hal, for being here. We will be here, like Hal said. What time, Hal?
7:15, I guess, if it's 7:45.
Yeah, 7:15, always half an hour before. So we will be here. Hal will be trying to get into that shirt for you. And if he doesn't like you enough. So let's see. Let's see if Hal can get his,
No
his
chance.
body into... All right, then. Fair
I'll need
enough.
Vaseline to get in and out of that.
Vaseline the buckets. Hey.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you at 7:15 tomorrow. Adios.